Today we're going to be giving you a tour of our OK 4-wheel drive 2022 Tundra, fully built out with all the Alu-Cab goodies and all the supporting accessories from GP Factor and other brands alike. So let's get a closer look. So right off the bat, you can tell this isn't a stock truck anymore. With the help of Elka suspension, we have this thing sitting really nice. Now we could fit 35-inch ATs under here, wrapped in method wheels. If you look in close, you can see we have some power brakes back there to stop all this weight. The Elka suspension is super nice, built in Canada. The suspension is set up to be rated for the vehicle, so we know that the truck is sitting really nice and flat and level, and the thing rides like a dream. We drove this thing across the country twice already, and this thing is awesome. The Princey rack is awesome because it gives us a place to mount a couple accessories. In this case, we have a nice pull handle here, and above that you can see Alu-Cab's large wood box. That thing works great just to store firewood, any type of equipment, chairs that you don't really care if they get wet or just out of the way, keep it out of the truck. It's a nice addition. The Alu-Cab slide-out table. This is probably one of my favorite features on the truck, second after the awning. The Alu-Cab table is just an awesome size for prepping food and eating on it. It's hard to find a table that large that doesn't take up any space inside your truck or in the camper. So a really nice addition to have. So after the table, you can see we have Alu-Cab's 270-degree awning right here. We're gonna open that up for you in a second. The quintessential Alu-Cab can crusher. This is a must. Around the back, you can see we have Expedition Essentials propane tank with an 11-pound propane tank. We use this propane to cook on and also to power our fireplace that we'll show you inside. Below that, you can see our quick disconnect. This goes to the fireplace inside. Next to that, you can see we have a 110 plug. We use this when our truck is parked and we're not camping or driving. We use this to top off the batteries and keep the fridge running inside. Below that, we have a gravity-fed spigot. This is fed from the water tank inside that we will show you. You can see we have the 35-inch spare tire mounted to the door. We can't mount anything larger than a 35, just given the weight of these wheels and tires. So even for the mid-sized truck, you're not going to do anything bigger than a 35. Next to that, you can see we have GP Factor's 2-piece camp shovel here, bolted with a quick fist and a rhino rack mount here. You can see the chimney for the fireplace. So over here you can see we cut a couple holes in our doors. These are GP Factor side windows for the Alu-Cabin. These work on both the 5.5 and the 6.5 foot beds. The one caveat is that the window is going to fit on just the smaller of the two doors on the 6.5 foot bed. So if you have a longer bed, you'll only be able to run that window on the smaller of the two doors. Next to that, you can see we have GP Factor steps. These are just helpful when it comes time to strap our kayaks down to the roof, get up closer so we can really get that strap tight and never worry about those kayaks coming apart. Above that, you can see Alu-Cab's shower cube. We'll open this guy up for you, but this is just a nice changing room, whether or not you're getting changed to go swimming. You could set it up for your bathroom. Just a multi-purpose room that we really like having. So we're gonna get the camper open. We're gonna throw up a timer so you folks can see how quickly this stuff sets up. So let's jump back to the other side. We're gonna hit record on a stopwatch while we open the cabin. So what we're gonna do is, Julia's gonna let me know if she can see the timer. We're gonna hit start, timer's going. So we're gonna go open up this cabin and see how long it takes. We're at 5 seconds right now. Grab phone out of the car, and we are looking at a total of 1 minute and 16 seconds. So timer's still going, just for all of you out there. All right, so in just about 1 minute and 20 seconds, give or take a little bit of talking and grabbing the phone out of the front of the truck to stop the timer, your camp is set up. So we're gonna open it up and take a closer look. So we're gonna get these side doors open, just to let some light in. As you can see, over each door, you're gonna find a National Luna light. These are touch lights, so one tap, they're on. 3 settings, and if you hold it down, it'll switch to white, just like that. Hold it again, it'll switch to red. So that works for every light inside the cabin. So we're gonna go around the back and show you around. You can see we have GP Factor's Red Arc Manager 30 Red Vision set up here. This is a plug and play system. It takes a little bit of wiring. So you can see here, we can control our lights from here. We could turn on the fan for our fireplace over here. We could turn on all of our charging stations found right here. We have the reading lights up top and 12-volt chargers as well. All of this could be powered by your phone as well. There's an app that mimics this screen, so you can control everything from your cell phone, which is a nice touch. All right, so across from the Manager 30, you can see that we have the Dickinson fireplace. This mounting kit is made by GP Factor as well. They're super simple to use. You literally just connect the propane. You'll push this knob down, that'll prime the fuel. You put a lighter inside, it'll light, and then you can kind of manage your flame and the fan speed from the fireplace itself. It'll get your camper about 40 degrees warmer than it is outside, so you can get it nice and toasty in here pretty quick. It also works great if it's raining and you want to dry out your camper. If you turn this on and kind of close the doors, it'll zap all that humidity and condensation off your surfaces. It works out pretty good. All right, so on the back door, you can see we got a bunch going on here. We have GP Factor's Moly panel plate up top. This works good if you want to mount the bags like you see here. You can also hook some tools and knives and stuff like that. It's a great place to put a fire extinguisher, so make sure you have one of those. Below that, you can see GP's drop-down table. Two nice latches, brings down a nice work surface. You have a massive cutting board that just extends your surface here. All stainless steel, super nice piece. We make these for the full-size cabin and also the canopy campers. So I'm gonna close this guy up. I'm gonna jump inside and show you some goose gear. This is a National Luna 90-liter fridge. This has 2 zones, so you can set this up as a freezer and a fridge, or 2 fridges or 2 freezers, whatever you need, depending on how much stuff you're bringing. The goose gear you can see here, we have 3 main cubbies for storage, with 1 drawer module here on the passenger side. With this setup, we have rooms for our camping chairs inside these cubbies, as well as recovery kit and the quick disconnect for the propane tank. We use these drawers for just about everything. If you want to use it for clothes, if you want to use it for your cooking equipment, your cutlery, all that stuff. So Goose Gear's modular setup just works out really well in here. Everything bolts to the base plate, and then you can kind of build it how you'd like. Yeah, so behind me, you can see this is Alu-Cab's 13-gallon water tank. What's really nice about these water tanks is there's 2 ports. So we set up 1 port to work as the gravity-fed spigot that we showed you earlier in the back of the truck. And on the other side, it's set up for a water pump. So if you wanted a pressurized water, we do sell a water pump to connect to that, so you have pressurized water for a shower or cleaning dishes. I'm gonna pull down the sleeping area here. So you can leave all your bedding up here all the time. You never have to take it out and store it inside your truck. It just all kind of packs flat into the top of the camper. And yeah, when it's time to go to sleep, you just pull this sucker down and you hop into bed. Pockets on both sides up top in the camper that has a reading light and a 12-volt and USB chargers on both sides. So when you're up top, if you want to read a book or charge your devices, we have those up there for you as well. A nice thing about these windows is with these latches, you can just kind of unclick these guys and you can let in some fresh air. We do have a net that you can kind of click in from the outside to keep the bugs out, but you can let that fresh air in. It's a nice touch. You just have to remember to remove them before you drive down the road. Underneath me is a 100 amp hour deep cycle lithium battery that powers this entire cabin. So we don't have that standard dual battery setup that you usually find under the hood. We just didn't put it there because of all like the dust and debris that kind of kicks up while we're traveling. So having the battery super close to the Manager 30 and power supply itself makes it super easy when it comes time to diagnose any issues and stuff like that. It also keeps the battery in a nice, safe, dry location. So that's it for the tour of our 2022 Tundra. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're going to keep these videos coming. And don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. We'll see you soon.